I'll report. All right. So yeah. So Janece, I think you explained that.
This meeting is being recorded.
I think you explained it when we were out in Arizona, but tell me again, so his birth certificate says Adolph Henry.
Adolph Henry Brady.
But somehow, oh, here's Cindy's coming in now. Somehow it changed to Maurice, but that's nothing. It wasn't on no birth certificate. Wasn't redone.
Somehow, Bimmy and Dora being the characters that they were, Bimmy just decided after she left Brady and married Richards to change his name, and she just changed his name to Maurice Richards, and because she liked Maurice Chevalier. And so when Mother had the two of us and World War II broke out, let's see, a few years after World War II broke out, Mother had two girls and we all had the name Richards. Daddy registered for the draft, and his birth certificate came back Adolph Henry Brady, and they were shocked.
Huh.
He says he was shocked. He didn't know. So she, being a court reporter in her younger years, did all the paperwork, and they changed his name legally.
Oh, okay.
Because they really couldn't afford to go through a name change and everything. So she just did it herself. And
that was your mother, Beulah, did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We called her B.
Okay. Huh. So Cindy's on the phone now. Hi, Cindy. Can you hear us?
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Cindy.
I had to
Hi there.
reinstall my software. I'm like, really?
There she is.
For such a time of this. Oh, so that took a bit. I'm sorry I'm late.
It's all right.
Okay,
Yes.
now I'm looking.
It's good to
Cindy
see you.
is so you've got Cindy, your sister, and Sherry, your sister.
Yep.
And then you've got Tyler.
Okay, I got to get my glasses on to see Cindy here. I haven't seen you since you were a little kid.
I know, I had the biggest crush on you. You were just like, oh, I just wanted to be around you all the time.
I
You were
remember
like-
that visit.
Huh?
I remember that visit.
I know, I wouldn't leave you alone. Those were the days.
How
I wanted
old
to
were
get-
you then?
How old?
Yeah.
Well, there's a picture of you holding me as a newborn, and you couldn't have been, I think you were born in 49 and I was born in 57. So you were 8 years older.
I'm thinking you were maybe 3 or 4 when you came to visit that time.
Oh, I think I was older.
You think?
I think I was like 7, 8.
Oh, really?
Because you had a boyfriend and you drove a little car that only sat 2. I don't know whose car it was. And I wanted to go with you. And you said, honey, I'm sorry, it only seats 2. And I'm like, well, I can sit on your lap.
Well, you
I
know,
just wanted to come.
I saw somebody, a photo. I was going through photos the other day, getting ready for this, and I saw a photo. I don't remember who it was, but they had an Austin Martin, a little 2-seater car.
That was
Grandma
Shirley.
Dora. No.
No,
Shirley?
that was Shirley's husband. He had little cars.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Bob did?
Bob,
Really?
yeah, he had little.
well, I don't think that's
Because he was so tall.
I know,
yeah.
but they had little cars.
Well, I thought we could share some photos too and go through them at some point, and I think I'll try to find that one. I think I got it somewhere. So that's the other thing I did is I redid my Google Drive, and I created a new folder, and I put everything that I had put out there before, but I added a bunch of new stuff, new photos, and then I have a whole bunch of documents, pretty much all the documents that I've gathered online for why anybody, the Weisbecker, not anybody, but Dora and Vivian and Adolph and those guys, anybody, our relatives basically. So I thought I was going to email you the link ahead of time, but I didn't want to bombard you too much.
You know us well.
Yeah, right. I figured I'd be like, if I could just get you on the call for starters, that'd be good.
Exactly.
We're good.
Yeah.
Now, is there anyone else coming?
Tyler said he was going to join. He didn't get home from church until 10:30. He was going to join as soon as he could. And I haven't heard from Peggy. So,
She's probably working.
yeah. Oh, and I should just remind everybody, this is being recorded. So there's that.
So you can remember.
Yeah, you're new to the call here, Cindy. So, and if you want to say something, or whatever, if you want to say something that doesn't get recorded, I can stop the recording and restart it later. So,
I think Tyler, Doris May's Tyler, I think he has recordings and a lot of photos. He's kind of into that as well. So you might want to connect with him.
oh, okay.
Where is he at now? Tyler Linden.
Yeah.
Where is
Tyler.
he?
He's in Southern California. He was a fireman,
Right.
and then he retired to doing commercials and sort of stand-ins and something in movies,
Oh,
just as for fun.
Mm-hmm.
huh.
So he's
They're
still.
down near San Diego.
Okay.
Yeah.
Somewhere down in there. I can't remember the name of the town.
Does anybody have contact information for him?
Nope.
I used to, and I can look. I think I crashed one of my phones and I think it was gone at that point, but I can probably find him. I saw him last at your mom's house, Michele, when he came up to visit Doris May when she was living with your mom.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I saw him then. And that's the last time I saw him, which was after Dad passed.
Yeah. So it's been a while, but I think they're still in, I want to say like something like, no, Hidden Hills or something like that. I don't know.
How old is he? Isn't he the oldest cousin?
No, he was younger than Mike, my brother.
Okay, Mike
was the oldest. And then I think it was Tyler and then Pat.
Okay. Yeah, I never could keep them straight. They were all so old to me.
They were actually to you. We were old.
Who was the one that lived close to Doris May in Alpine?
That was Glenn.
Glenn, right.
I think he's
the one
still
that
up
helped.
there.
Is he? He
Uh-huh.
helped Doris May with Wally when Wally was passing away. He was
Right.
at Deer Heart. And he had some issues after was he in Vietnam?
Right.
Yes.
So he
He
had
had some serious health issues.
Yes, he did.
He came to visit. They came to visit my mom and dad right before my dad died, like 2 weeks before my dad died. They all came out.
Did they?
Yeah.
Did they?
Who did?
Mhm. Doris May and Aunt Bev and Glenn and his wife.
Oh, I don't remember that. Glenn.
Yeah.
Do you have any photos of that?
Huh?
Do you have any photos
Yeah.
of that?
Uh-huh. Somewhere.
I'd like to see those. Yeah, I don't remember that.
Somewhere. Yeah, he died 2 weeks later. Afterwards. I was so grateful that they came out,
I'm
Well-
sure they were too.
The night before he died, he talked to Doris May and the phone rang and I gave it to him and what did he used to call her? Hey, Dora May, or he had a nickname, pet name for her. Anyway, he goes, yeah, she must have asked how I was doing. He goes, I've got one foot on a banana peel and the other on the grave, and
That was Grandma Dora's line, I think.
was it? Well, he was talking to Doris May, and he died during the night, that night.
The
Yeah.
banana peel got him, huh?
The banana peel got him, is right. So I thought that was kind of interesting, but yeah, they did come out, Glenn and his wife, and Glenn was so kind. He just had a kind heart, you could tell. Just the way he talked to Dad and treated Dad, and I hadn't seen him in a gazillion years, any of them.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So I don't know if it'd be beneficial, but I could show you guys quickly if you want to see, like on a chart, like how we're all connected.
sure.
Will that clear that up? I don't know if anybody.
Yeah,
Okay,
sure.
so let me see if I can do something complicated here and share my screen.
Yeah,
Did you
you
guys
do the complicated stuff.
Yeah.
Did you guys just, I missed it, talk about Glenn? Is he still alive or did he die?
As far as I know, he's still alive, but like I
Okay.
said, I don't hear from any of them.
Okay.
That's Doris May's Glenn.
Yes.
Mhm.
All right. So can everybody see this is
Yes.
ancestry. Okay. So, and then I've tried to can you see my cursor?
Yes.
Yeah.
Your
Is it a
little
hand?
hand.
It is a hand. It's kind of funny. I don't know how to change that, but all right. So what I tried to do is start with, because this is going to get confusing because I didn't know what else to do, but like you'd probably.
Oh, I've never seen these pictures.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
Well, okay, I'll go through them. I've got them all, and I'll give them to you. They're all on the Google Drive now. So Adolph, and then Karen. I guess I can expand. I should be able to expand her. Yeah, this might get kind of confusing. So Adolph's parents. This is as far back as I can go. I know his father's name was Philip, and his mother's name was Anna Fleck. So that's my second great grandparent. I'm not sure, Michele, that'd be the same for you, and Cindy and Sherry. I'm not sure. Janece, it probably would be the same for you. We're second cousins, aren't we? I think we are.
We are.
Yeah. So that'd be your second great grandparents. So then they had a bunch of kids. So they had, if I expand this. How do I do that? It's not going to let me. Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Oh,
All right. So they had Adolph, but I don't think he wasn't the oldest. They had,
Wow.
Look, and you've got pictures of them.
I've got pictures, yeah, of a lot of them. So
oh, wow. I
This-
would love to have that too.
Natalia was the youngest. She married this guy Van Osdol, and then Hulda. I think this is the lady. I talked to this woman because her name was Erickson, I think. A descendant of Hulda. Amanda.
You
Adult-
talked to her?
Yeah, she was the one. I'm getting confused, but it was somebody. She lived in Connecticut. I Zoom called her.
Well, she died in 71.
No, not her.
Her
Not her.
descendant.
Okay.
One of her descendants, I think.
Okay. Got it.
So and then Adolphine, and then Theodore,
Wow, that was a big family.
Louis, William, yeah. And this photo that I referenced earlier, this family photo, I'll pull it up later, but this is it here, actually. Let me see if I can just pull up this photo somehow. View profile image.
Wow.
Oh
Oh
my goodness.
my gosh.
Can you see that okay, or do I need to zoom
Yeah.
in?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So this guy on the far right, this is Adolph. That's our
Okay.
great grandfather. And then his Adolph, and then I think this is his mother, Anna Fleck here. And then that's the father, I'm assuming, Adolph, or whatever his name was.
Philip or not?
Philip, it was Philip, yeah.
So
And then-
that would be our great grandparents.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, because Adolph was
Yeah.
our great grandfather, and these were our great grandparents.
Okay.
And then these would be our great aunts and uncles, I guess, or great
Mhm.
great aunts and uncles.
Yeah. Can we get a copy of that?
Yeah, I actually have it out on this Google Drive, which I'll show you. I'll share that. I'll show you.
And
that.
where
I'll send you. I'll
where
send you
did
the
they
link.
live and where did they come from?
Well, they come.
Germany.
The Weisbeckers come from Germany, from Bavaria. And they all-
Bavaria?
Bavaria, yeah. So I don't know when they migrated or immigrated, but it must have been, let me see if I can go back here. It must have been, let me get back to my tree.
You had 1930 birth.
Yeah, how do I get back to my tree?
Arrival 1854.
Well, what I found out, I don't know the whole story, but on my DNA, I did the Ancestry DNA, and I also did 23andMe. And on my Ancestry DNA, it shows you who you have matches with, and then you get to figure out how you're related to them. But long story short, I share a common ancestor with this person, but the common ancestor is Philip Weisbecker, but I think, from what I'm guessing, he was married before he came to America to a different woman and had
Really?
children in Germany, I guess. And then I don't know if the woman died or they got divorced, and he came here and with Anna. So yeah, I share DNA with her, but has no connection. I can't figure out the connection. It's something. But so let's see. The oldest one is, I think, 1865. This guy, William. He was born in 1865. Let me see if it shows me where he was born. He was born in La Crosse. He was born in La Crosse. So they obviously, Philip came here before 1865.
So how old was great great grandpa in 65?
Adolph?
18. Yeah, not Adolf, but his dad, Philip.
If he was born in 1830, if that's true, then he was 35.
So he was 35 when his first child was born in La Crosse. So
Yeah.
before that, he was sometime in Germany.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Then Lewis was 1868, Theodore 1871, Adolphine 1872, Amanda 1875, Hulda 1880, Italia 1883, and then somewhere in there 1878 is when Adolph was born.
He was old.
Yeah, if he was born in 1830 and his youngest was born in 1883, he was 53.
He was a busy boy.
53. And how old was he when he passed?
Well, I don't, without looking, I've got on here 1902, but I don't know where I got that information. I have to see. I don't know if I have a death. Let me see. I go back to him and profile.
La Crosse, he died.
La Crosse. Let me see. Oh, I must have something here. I just have a find a grave index. So, if you're interested in doing this kind of stuff, I can tell you about great resources. Some of them are free. For example, this Find a Grave.
Okay.
Find a Grave is a free tool. So this is just an index. So there's not going to be an image. Oh, maybe there is an image. Is there? Yeah. Okay. So here's Philip.
Oh, there's his gravestone.
Yeah. Now you always have to kind of be careful. You want to make sure we're not, I'm pretty sure this is our guy, but there could be somebody else named Philip Weisbecker, but This says he was born in 1827. But he's buried in Oak Grove and La Crosse.
That's right by us, not far from us.
Well, there's a lot of Weisbeck. All the Weisbeckers went through La Crosse. Yeah, there's a ton of history there. I want to go to La Crosse one day and spend some time there. But you can go to this website. It's findagrave.com. It's free. And you can basically put in anybody, and it's volunteers run around the country and take pics. They go to cemeteries and take photos of tombstones and then upload the information.
Wow, wouldn't that be an interesting job?
Yeah. So,
Now, was Anna his wife's name, Tom?
yeah, but I think it might have been his second wife.
Okay.
Anna, what's this say? Anna?
Anna,
She was 1846 to 1913, and then Philip, 1827 to 1902. She was 19 years younger than him.
So she had all those kids and then she outlived him. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
So, but Find a Grave is a free source, and then
okay, so based on your dates, how old was he when Philip was born?
Philip who?
Oh, I'm sorry.
how old was,
Adolph?
Yeah.
Adolph. All right. So if he was born in 1830, somewhere around there, and Adolph was born in 1878, he was, what is that? 48?
Mm-hmm.
And he was the last born, right?
No. It's just he's the last on my list here, but
Oh,
78, and then
Adela.
Atalia was
Adela?
80. Atalia was
Atalia.
80. Well, and actually, Hulda was 1880. 1880, and then Atalia was 1883.
Wow.
So, so then him, and then Karen Christiansen. What I love about her is I found out she's from Norway. I've always wanted to go to Norway.
Yes, I have family there.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, but on the other side,
Oh, gotcha.
yeah, through marriage,
So-
yeah.
Her parents were, and again, I haven't spent a lot of time researching this. This is just stuff I've kind of taken from other people.
So Sherry, look at, my daughter's name is Carrie. And I named her after Karen Christiansen, Adolph, because her nicknames were Carrie. I didn't know there was another Carrie.
Yeah, her mother was Carrie.
I didn't know that.
where does it say that?
Up
Right here, you
here.
see my mouse?
Oh, okay, yeah.
But I'm not sure, you always want to verify your sources. Just because somebody says it doesn't mean it's true,
Well, Dad told me her name. They
Oh,
called
yeah,
her
yeah. No, I'm not
Carrie.
saying that. I'm saying what I'm looking at here on my screen,
Yeah,
just you always want to verify your sources. Do you have a birth certificate? Do you have a death certificate? Do you have something?
right. No.
Yeah. So
Okay, Tom.
Yep.
You have pictures of Dora and Dee, don't you? To put in these?
No. Oh, well, I
I
don't
thought I
have any-
sent them to you.
Oh, will you? Okay, hold on. We're gonna bounce around now. Okay. So let's see. You sent me some stuff. Let me see what you sent me. I can't seem to get my mouse. There we go.
Who's Jeremiah Holcombe?
Huh? Oh, now that's Holcombe. They're not gonna be interested. That's Jerry. Dad's Uncle Jerry. But
Were they Mormon?
I think a lot of
that's
them were. A lot of them were, yeah. They are. As a matter of fact, this lady we met in well, I guess I should be careful what I say because I'm recording this, but yeah, she's Mormon. A lot of them
Who's
are.
that?
So Michelle, I was trying to see what you sent me. I don't think I have a picture of Dee.
I thought I saw one.
Is that Tamara?
Master or Missy, is a recurring character in the British science fiction television
What?
series Doctor Who and its associated spin.
Why? Stop talking.
No problem.
Doctor Who.
Yeah. Oh, well, no, because D died in 1918. I don't have a photo of him.
Okay, I saw one somewhere, so I'll look again.
Okay,
Is that Bev's dad, Demerit?
Yes.
D? Okay.
yeah. All right, so let's go, let's keep going here. So, all right, so we have Adolph and Karen, and they had 3 kids. They had Eudora, our grandmother, and then they had and I guess I could
Vivian.
hide this so it's a little easier to oh, maybe it's not going to be easier. Oh, her siblings are right here. Okay, hold on. How come my mouse? Okay. Yeah, she had
Okay, there we go.
Vivian
There's Vivian.
and Philip. So the 3 of them. So Cindy, Sherry, Tyler, Peggy, and I come from Dora. You all know that. And then and one, I guess Michele does too, through a different husband. And then Janece is a descendant of Vivian. So so then for Dora,
So Dora was only married 4 times?
I think
Only.
so. That's what I think so. That's
I
enough.
thought it was 5.
I thought it was more than that too.
Well, who are they then? I don't know.
Huh.
She was married to D. Jones
Jones,
and then Holcombe and then
Holcombe,
Kirksey and then
Kirksey,
Smith.
Smith.
I could have sworn there were more in there.
Mm-hmm.
There might have been some more, but they weren't married.
No, she believed in marriage.
So I shouldn't talk bad about my grandmother, but
Tom, I'd be interested in the cause of death too. I'm
yep.
heavy into nutrition.
Okay.
And with the DNA comes,
Yeah.
whatever health issues that you might have.
Right.
And,
Well, you can run your
Mhm.
23andMe. That gives you Ancestry might do it too, but I did 23andMe first originally. My wife and I did for the health stuff, to see what kind of traits you have. And then I just ran 23andMe just because I think most of my family members that I knew of were on that. So I just did that. But yeah, now some of these death certificates show cause of death.
Well,
Yeah, I
we
noticed
know didn't one of them die of the flu?
That was Demerit.
Demerit.
D.
Jones.
And then Kirksey died of, what did he die of?
They were divorced, I think.
I think it was an accident.
An accident?
I remember somebody, one of her husbands, had broken his neck in the service, and he stepped off a
Right.
curb wrong, and it killed him.
Oh,
Maybe
wow.
that was.
Does
Kirksey.
anybody remember that?
Yeah, that was Kirksey. He got hurt in the service and
Okay,
sometimes.
that was Kirksey. Okay.
Okay,
But-
and
Because
then.
remember, she would always say her husbands keep dying on her.
Yeah.
So they never got divorced then. They were still married when he died?
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that either.
Okay.
And then who's the next one after Kirksey?
Smitty.
And Smitty just died of old age.
Yeah. I think they were married for 50 years or something, probably.
Okay, long time.
Yeah. So then I guess so there's Dora. And so yeah, she married D. Jones and they had
My
Bev.
mom.
Bev.
Bev.
And then
Right, Bev.
he died in 1918, and then she remarried, Dora married Holcombe.
Right.
So and then All right, so then now on Vivian's side, she first married this guy, Bernice Brady. And they had Maury. Where's Maury? Here's follow this line down there. There's Maury.
Adolph Henry.
Oh, Adolph Henry, right. Yep, technically, yep. And then now I am a little fuzzy on what happened. They lived together for a year or so, but then he leave her or she left him or something?
I think that what Beverly told me was that he was really bad for them and he kept disappearing. He had a drinking problem. And Pop found them not having food and basic care, so he took them. So,
Okay.
So
and
that, technically then Vivian left him because
yeah,
her dad came and took them away.
yeah, that's what my understanding is. And
how
And
old
then-
was Maury at the time?
well, I have the picture that I got from a next door neighbor accidentally who went to school with Bernice and Grandma Bimmy. Daddy looked about 4 or 5, maybe.
Because I remember a story. I don't know if necessarily that it was true, but I remember Mom saying something about Maury used to have to go into the bar to find his dad and try and get him out of the bar. So at 4 or 5, he was going to grab his dad.
Really?
Mm-hmm. That's probably true. And then Pop wouldn't put up with it. And then I understand at some point thereafter, he got that supervisor job in Angels Camp. And the house was provided by the owner of the mine, that house in Maloney's. And he moved them up there. Now, I don't know when that was because thereafter, then when Dora and Bimmy, Jack Richard was gone, then Pop moved everybody up there. So I don't know about when that happened. What's the year of death for Jack Richards?
31.
1931.
And
that made,
so Adolph and Karen, they were already up in Maloney's by then.
oh yeah, for sure.
But but Vivian didn't go up there until after her husband was dead, right? Probably.
Well, evidently Vivian was up there when Dad was younger. He was 13 when Jack Richards was killed. So he had spent some years with Adolph and Karen. And then
Kind of think my mom was up there that time too.
Yeah. So what year did Bimmy marry Jack Richards? That'll tell us something.
Okay, I can tell you that probably. What year did Bimmy marry Jack Richards? Hold on, let me change screens here. Vivian, where's Vivian? Vivian. Sorry, I'm trying to go between 2 computers now.
That'll tell us kind of what years the kids grew up together, like Tyler and Dad and
Well,
Steps.
I also did a timeline. I probably should have sent you that. I tried to put together a little bit of a timeline. Let me
I
see.
thought Dad was around 11 when he said they moved.
Yeah, he was 31. He didn't move until after his father killed himself.
Yeah.
Vivian, let's see. Vivian, do I have her?
Vivian Weisbecker.
Oh, here, what's this here? Wedding information. What's
Okay,
this?
write down.
Down.
Star
Yep, you
Richards
went too
in
far.
Reno, Nevada, May 2nd, 1936 to Ellsworth Starr. Oh, wait, she married Ellsworth Starr in 1936. Okay, when did she marry Jack Richards? I don't,
I don't know
oh,
where you were.
here, what's this here? Oh, that's E.H. Brady.
You know, you gotta fill some of these in because you have Doris May living, Bob Christiansen living.
All right, so this was, she married Brady in 1917. I don't think I have it. Not that we can't find it, but I don't have when she married Richards.
Not too far from Janece, actually.
Meeting is being recorded.
Okay,
Yeah, you're about an hour from me, maybe? Is
Yes,
that
So
right?
you two live in
Fif-
Arizona.
54 minutes.
now, Michelle, is Jerry your husband?
No,
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh,
He was
He's
very
a-
nice, and very patient listening with
Yeah,
us.
he's
he
very
said to
nice
say
guy.
hi.
Tell him hi. So, yeah, but you're gonna send the
yeah,
list.
he was very
Okay.
patient.
They
Um,
have,
Yeah, I will send a list of myself, my brothers and sisters. We're missing a brother, Marvin Morris Richards, and he was the youngest in my dad's kids.
Okay,
So I'll put that, I'll add him
okay.
and the others that I know, Robbie knows them all because he's such a people person. He can give me the names and dates and stuff.
Okay. Oh, that's your
And
son?
he's here with me.
And then
Yeah,
there,
he lives with me. He's a good buddy. And then I have a granddaughter who's on the couch right now too. And
is that your daughter's
she's
daughter?
in transit.
Your daughter's?
My daughter passed away in 2006 from a stomach aneurysm.
Oh,
Oh my
So-
goodness.
Wow.
And she graduated Ventura High School.
wow.
Yeah, she died at 50.
That's
What year did she
terrible.
graduate, Janice?
Let's see, she was born in 55 and she was 17.
So she was
About
6 years behind me.
72. Yeah, 72, and I think Rob graduated in 73.
Okay.
And me in 57 and Cheryl in 55, I think. And Vivian in 56. So we were 55, 56, and 57, and my kids were 72 and 73 graduates.
That's awful.
So you all went to the same school.
Yeah.
And there's no warning for that, was there?
No, we knew she had a problem because she trained horses,
Mhm.
and she had been thrown from her horse and had from then on neck and spinal fusions. So she had a long history of pain and suffering from that. And so we knew she wasn't well, but there was no warning with the aneurysm. It's just, I think, a complication, all the other stuff.
That's
But
awful.
Rob and I'm super healthy. I'm 83 and never been in the hospital except to have kids.
You look great.
Never been sick.
I gotta tell you, funny,
Thank you.
I was telling my wife how and you're like in super shape too. You're skinny and you were in this storage unit sandwiched in. She had Sherry, you were there. She had about a foot
Yeah.
to get in down this narrow hallway to trying to get to Maury's old photos. I couldn't even get in there. My stomach was too big to fit in there. she's
Well,
down there, 83, bending down, picking up.
And that was my half, right? My half of the storage unit. Yeah.
I
Your
don't know
half.
if he knows what a hat is.
You know, he has a problem there. Yeah, he has those bikes and all that equipment and stuff, so a lot more to store than I have, so. Yeah, I'm sure there's more stuff that Daddy, those black books, I want to find those. He wrote everything in the little black books. Everybody probably
I
knows
do
about that.
remember
He,
having
he
those.
was a character. Someday we should share about our parents because Dad wasn't he, Michelle? He was a character beyond.
He was a
belief.
character.
Mhm. And a man about town.
Do you
and he
have any of
performed in
his,
bands.
do you have any of his calligraphy work? He
Oh, yeah.
he had the most beautiful calligraphy.
Yeah, he did.
Aw.
Beautiful.
Mhm.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's-
And artwork. He was an artist, but he never continued it. Beverly studied art and he admired her, but he never continued his art, and his art was beautiful.
I have to show you guys something really quick. This is hanging in my living room, but I want you to see one of the paintings I have of my mom's. I'm going to turn my phone around.
Oh, she did.
Oh, is that
Yeah.
beautiful?
Oh, wow.
She
That's
did.
That's
such-
one of my favorites of hers.
She did such good artwork.
Yeah, I love it. I
Let me
have
see.
one of Aunt Doris May's driveway she gave to me.
Oh,
and it's
really?
Yeah, it's beautiful. I'll show you that real quick if I can find it here.
She gave me one too, but we live in such a small little place. It's boxed in the garage with all my artwork. I love artwork. I love art.
I'm painting a lot now, and I'm
Are
running out
you?
of space. I mean, I don't know what my mom did.
this
with
is what
all her
she gave
paintings, 'cause
me.
she painted a lot longer than I did.
Oh,
Isn't that
look at
what-
that.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that
remember
apparently
that
was-
one, Sherry.
That's
Isn't
Doris
it
May's
beautiful?
driveway. Is that
I remember
Yeah.
seeing that one.
Uh-huh.
up in the shade? So yeah, it was beautiful.
Huh.
So
So did Tyler paint or draw?
No, he played
Yeah.
the trombone.
He played the
Maury
trombone.
had both, though. Maury was artistic and musical.
yeah,
And mechanical.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
yeah.
his kind of machinery is tool and die making.
Yeah.
He did like a telescope
Tyler's
for
coming in. Quick.
submarines.
What?
uh,
Oh, Tyler.
He
real
did
technical-
precision.
Yeah.
He did precision, and he did design too.
Yeah.
He had a whole following of doctors and people who collected cars, and when they broke down, nobody made the parts for them anymore, and those people would come to Dad and he would fashion a part and create a part for them. And he didn't charge them anything except basic costs.
Yeah.
He was just artistic when it came to machines, when it came to drawing, and when it came to that calligraphy, and when it came to music.
I wonder where that came from. Did it come from Dora? Did it come from the Weisbeckers?
Probably Adolph.
Well,
No, it wouldn't have come from Adolph.
yeah.
Oh, it might
Well,
have
or
been.
Karen, because in the parlor, I don't know if you heard this from Beverly, but in the parlor, while the Dora and Bemmy were cleaning up after dinner and everything, they would play music,
Right.
and Philip would play the piano, and Dad and the rest would have their own instruments, and he loved to hear them play.
Okay,
Yeah.
so if Dora was musical and Vivian was musical, it came
I don't
from
think.
one of
I'm
their
not sure.
parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would be interesting to know who.
So
But
Tyler.
Dad
had
was a
Paul.
big band player. He played in big bands, and he was just a little kid, and he'd be playing in older men and stuff, but he was not artistic. Do you remember him artistic?
No, or mechanically
draw.
inclined.
Or mechanical. He tried. He really tried,
But he was musical. So there
Mhm.
was that strain that went through all of our relatives.
Yeah.
It's
Hi,
time for
Tyler.
us.
Hello,
That's
It's nice
Tyler,
to
our
see
brother.
you.
trying to figure out
Yeah?
my computer here. I had a
Oh,
hard time
we-
getting on.
None
here.
of us know that.
Did you have to install a new program?
No, I lost the email that Tom sent. And so I had to go find it and resend it to myself. And then it was on my phone, but not on my laptop. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what's going on? I couldn't find it on my laptop, but then finally got it to work. So I'm here.
Oh, good.
I had to put
Tyler,
my glasses on so I could see you.
Oh,
He looks like Dad.
So-
He does. He looks a lot
Yeah, he
like your
does.
dad.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you
that's what they
did.
say.
When my mom was had a little bit of dementia, you should tell that story, when she came to stay
Oh,
overnight.
she was staying at our house and so anyways, I would help her to get into bed and we had a king size bed for her in one of our bedrooms and so I'd help her get into bed and she'd scooch over and scooch over and scooch over and like, what are you doing? She says, well, I'm making room for you.
Aw.
He thought it was
Oh,
Dad.
cute.
Thought I was dad.
That
Because
is
he
so
looks
cute.
like him, you know? That was so cute. I'm just making room for you.
That is so cute.
She was so cute.
So just so Tyler understand, and Tyler, we're gonna have to go fast because Michele has to leave soon.
Okay.
But what time you at 10:30?
Yes,
Okay.
I've got
So-
20 minutes.
Okay. So this is Michele. And I don't know what view you've got on, if you got the speaker view on or if you got the gallery view, but so Michele is Bev's daughter. So she's our
Yep.
first cousin. And then Janece is Maury's daughter. So
Yep.
Janece is our second cousin.
I just friended you on Facebook.
Yep, I got that. Did you get my reply?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I
I
think
didn't
I
get a
found
friend request. Uh-oh, Sherry's gone.
Oh, am I?
Oh, your
Okay,
video's
there you
gone.
are.
There you go.
Okay.
So there's 6 of us total on here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got everybody in the gallery view. That's better.
Yeah. Everybody except Peggy. I guess Peggy must be working or something. So, all right. So what I wanted to do before we lose Michele, I wanted to at least tell you about, and I'll send you an email, but like I said, I redid the, oh, am I still sharing my screen? Are you still looking at Ancestry?
No,
No,
Okay. All right. Oh, because yeah, the
that's
router.
that's what dropped you off the computer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Tyler, you missed all the fun. In the middle of the call, my router died. I dropped off and they all stayed on. Thank goodness they were still there.
Doesn't
Tyler,
sound
we
like I
were
missed anything.
talking about Tom.
So let me share this. And this is ancestry. We don't want that. We want.
Got feedback.
Oh, is that from me maybe? Or somebody's speakers up too
uh-huh.
loud? How do I move this thing out of the way? There it is. Okay. So I made a Google Drive folder called Weisbecker, and I'll give you all access and I'll send you a link so you should be able to open it up. And I can walk you through how to look at stuff and you can download things. But I made there's 3 folders.
Perfect.
There's a documents folder. This is pretty much all the ancestry type documents that I've gathered so far. And then I've got photos. And then this was the stuff, Janece, I thought maybe we could go through. I want you to identify some of these people in here. The things that I scanned from Janece. She grabbed a few things out of storage and we went through some stuff. And then I made a timeline. I was going to open this earlier. Timeline. I tried to just put together a basic timeline for the Weisbeckers. Maybe I'll pull that up in a minute. And then this is the family tree thing that I emailed you, but it's there. Let me just pull up this timeline real quick. We were talking about this earlier. So this is
Yeah,
what
we were talking about when did all the kids move in together and become half brothers and sisters?
yeah.
And that would be when Jack Richards passed.
So so in 1923, the Weisbeckers were still in Globe. And Philip was living there. He was helping out at the mine, the Old Dominion mine, I think. There's a city directory. But then in 1930, the US Census has the Weisbeckers in Angels in Calaveras County, Malones. So sometime between
Okay.
23 and 30. That's as far as I've gotten.
Okay.
Is when they moved up there.
Well,
You have an October 31st question mark, or October 1931.
Where do you
Dora,
see
Vivian, Weisbecker, and kids moved to Maloney's on that timeline.
I don't see that on there.
Where is that?
This is actually the one that you printed for me, Tom. Is that the same one there?
Oh,
Or
maybe
that
not.
you sent to me?
Oh, how
It's
do I?
on the second page.
Oh, I don't have it on here. What's it say? 1931?
It says October 1931 question mark. Dora and Vivian Weisbecker and kids moved to Maloney's.
Oh, well, that was 31 because that was after Grandpa
After he
Jack
died,
Richards died. But
So you're trying to find out when
Weisbeckers,
Adolph moved there?
yeah, when Karen and
So
Adolph
it sounds
moved.
like 31 was when all
Right.
the kids moved in up there.
Mm-hmm.
Right, although
And
you
you know what's
guys,
happening.
you
Well,
guys may have-
1926, Wally Richards was born in Angels Camp.
yeah.
And then you have on here 1926 question mark Holcomb's moved to Los Angeles, 25 Globe City Directory.
Oh, I must
And
have
then
given.
Karen died in Los Angeles.
I don't think so. Where do-
No,
It says it on here. Karen Christiansen dies. I have her dying in Los Angeles. Where did I get that?
Yes, I don't know. I can't find my source. I'm not sure where I got that. Let me see. Let me see if I can find her death, Karen. I don't think I have her death certificate.
And then Adolph died in Angels Camp in 44.
Yeah, that we know. So let me get back, since I can't find my mouse here. Let me go to my documents. Let me just see if I can find something for Karen. So this is all the documents, and I think I want to change this view. You can change the view from icons to this. And it's all kind of alphabetical, with the exception of a few. These obviously aren't in order, but everything else should be Karen Christiansen, baptism. What's this? Stockton Independent, 1928. Oh, so I don't have her death certificate or anything on her.
Mhm.
So I don't know where I don't know where I got that she died in Los Angeles. But
Well, she used to come down to Matilla Hot Springs part of the year, every year, for her arthritis, and stay for at least a month or 2 or 3. And he would drive her all the way down from Maloney's. That's when she was pretty crippled up. So maybe she passed one of those times.
we were talking about this earlier. Here's Maury's. I don't know why I have him listed as Richards, because he's really a Brady, but oh no, if it was changed legally, I guess. But
No,
Yeah.
he was a Richards.
Yeah, for sure.
but this is his birth certificate. It says
he is
Adolph
Brady.
H. Brady.
Henry, yeah.
So he was a machine. Here's
Is that Maury's birth certificate?
yeah.
Yeah.
But Maury's real name was Adolph.
his birthday.
Adolph
Yeah, that's the
Henry
part
Reed.
that screws you up, is everybody's got a nickname or a conspiracy name.
Exactly.
Right.
It's interesting that his dad was a machinist.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah,
And he was born in Texas.
he probably worked at the mines under Pop's because they all had a machine shop at the mine. And that's where Dad learned his craft, is from Adolph at the mine on the machines. So I'm guessing that Adolph Henry or Bernice worked at the mines. That's probably how she met him. Well, they went to high school together, though. That's what Joyce said, my neighbor that knew them.
Huh.
So I'm guessing he probably worked at the mines.
Okay.
Was Maury named after his grandfather?
His middle name, his original name, yeah, his first name, Adolph, and then
Yeah.
Henry was his dad's name.
But his name was changed by his mother. So
Arbitrarily.
yeah, because she liked Maurice Chevalier, right?
Yes.
So
So she just arbitrarily, once she married Jack Richards, she changed his name to a Richards. I think they hid him because Brady tried to find him and he came up to Maloney's and Papa ran him off. He said, you're not seeing him. So I think they just changed his name arbitrarily.
then I have all these photos. Now this is in the folder. This is the stuff I got from you, Janece.
Yeah.
And this is, you had a little bit better copy of this photo. And this is Maury's handwriting on the back, identifying who's in the photo. But Michele, here's the better copy of this photo.
Yes. Oh, what a great picture.
So this is Adolph
Yeah.
and Karen, and then Grandma Dora and Vivian
Dora.
and Buddy.
What a great picture.
Mhm.
Yeah, now she was,
It
I
looks
think
like-
oh, go ahead.
Looks like Bimmy threw after her mother and Dora threw after her dad. And Buddy threw after his dad.
So this says that the picture was taken in 1914. So Dora, I know, married 1914. Dora was, how old was Dora in 1914? Let's see.
Well, she
Well,
was
this
3
said she
years.
was 16.
Oh, is that what it says? 16?
Yeah, 16.
So
Well, if you believe what she said.
it wasn't long after
She
that.
was 3 years.
I don't know if she was lying at that time or not.
Dad always said she was 3 years older than the year. But she
Yeah,
lied
'cause-
about her age.
Well,
but
she was born in
3 years
1897. So I
Okay.
guess she got married not long after this. She married D. Jones. Looks kind of young.
Yeah.
Well, she got, let me see, I can tell you when she got
married
married.
at 17.
I have her,
So that would be,
I have her marriage license, Eudora. Let's see.
Married.
Where do you see marriage license?
Right there.
So this is, how do I make this bigger?
1914, 12th of September.
That'd be the same year as that photo.
She said she was 17.
Yeah.
she was 17.
And what
Yeah,
did the
but
photo
she
say?
was
She
older
was
than
6.
Said she was 16. So it might have been right before she turned 17.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So look at how
Well,
young
her
she looked.
birthday was in October, so she was 17, almost 18 here.
Okay, yeah.
Mhm.
So anyway, so I've got all these documents out here. and you can look at them or you want
And
to.
you're gonna give us a link to this?
I'll give you a link to this, yeah. And then
Perfect.
Okay.
photos. Janece, I was hoping you could help me identify some of these.
Sure.
Let's see. So, okay, so who is David Richards?
David Richards is my brother,
Oh,
and
okay.
he's 11 years younger than me. So he
Didn't
was
David-
born.
Janece, didn't David drive the little cars down on the racetrack?
Yes, he
Okay.
was a
I
little
remember him.
midget. Yeah, midget race driver, and David. Let's see. David was born in 48 and Marvin was born in 51. Marvin is the last child of Dad's, and he was born in 51 and he was born in Ventura. David was born in Stockton. David has no natural children and Marvin has one girl.
And what about your sister Vivian? When was she born?
Vivian was born 2 years before me,
The 37?
37, and she passed in 2019.
Okay. Now,
So-
are any of your siblings still alive?
David and Marvin are still alive.
Okay.
There's Maureen Beulah.
So who is this person here?
That's Marvin.
That's Marvin.
That's a high school grad picture. And David went in the Navy, and then he was medically discharged. So, and this is David too. These
This one
two.
here?
Yeah, that's David's high school picture.
Okay. And then now this says 162. This is Adolph, Vivian. It's a
And
little
that-
girl.
And that's somebody else that
It
I
says
don't-
Hazel
Hazel Starr.
Starr.
Hazel's.
Would that
Starr?
be Ellsworth's Hazel Starr? Wait, because Vivian married Ellsworth Starr. I don't know who Hazel Starr would be then.
Attached to Ellsworth's side. But then she married Starr when we were very young. Well, yeah.
But did she know? Whoops, did she know them when she was that little? You think?
That did she know Pop?
No. Did
Yeah.
Vivian know the Stars when she was a little girl?
I
That
don't
looks
know.
like Stark,
Stark.
Hazel
yeah.
Stark, not Star.
Might be. Oh, yeah. It's probably Hazel from the. Yeah, it's probably the other.
There's a guy in that
There's a-
picture.
That's Adolph. Looks like Dad a little bit, doesn't it?
I was just gonna
It
say, yeah,
does.
that
Yes,
would be
it
his
does.
grandpa, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Tyler always reminded me of Pop, but most of the boys, I think, threw after Pop. Their little gestures, like Wally and Pop, they had the same facial gestures, the same smirk, the same smile, the same attitude, sort of. So they got a lot from Pop.
Got the same tilt. Kind of leans one way in
Yeah.
all these photos.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna have to go.
All right,
So
Michele.
Okay.
let's do this again, okay?
I'd love to. Yep.
Sounds good. Good to
Thank you.
see you, Michelle.
Great
Bye,
to
Michelle.
see you.
Bye.
All right. take care.
Bye.
Bye. So now who is this?
That's Daddy on
Oh,
his
that's right.
bicycle. In Stockton. He was then probably working for Ream Manufacturing during the war, doing war type things.
Okay.
And he was in his 20s, I think, there.
Yeah, it said 1943. So yeah. So now this is your dad.
17.
These are your dad. This is your dad and your
Dad
mom.
and mom in Colorado. I went to college in Colorado after I divorced. This last time I was 50, I went back to college in Colorado to the Ropa Institute. They had a psychology program I was interested in. So mom and dad came to visit me. And then, yeah, and I think dad went over to Wally and Phil had a summer place somewhere close to me, maybe an hour away or so. I think dad went over to visit with them and mom stayed with me. She was into her Alzheimer's years by then, and that was 1990, maybe 5 or 6.
When you said Wally and Philip had a place or something, who was that?
That's his brothers, Wally and John Philip,
Oh,
Nibs and Wally.
okay.
So his 2 younger brothers, they had a place and a resort in close to Aspen somewhere, and Winter Springs or something like that. And so daddy went over there to visit them and had a problem breathing. That's the first time we realized he had heart issues.
And then this is
I remember
you.
hearing about Nibs and Wally a lot.
Yeah. That's you.
Those are my children in about 26 and 27
That's not you.
years old.
Okay.
No, that's my daughter, Linda, and my son, Robbie, the one that you met as a Cindy. That's him in his
Oh, yes.
20s. Mhm.
Okay. And then this is you.
That's me, and that's son, Robbie, and his daughter, Casey. Casey's an interesting gal. She was Miss Teen California in about 2000. And she was very connected in Hollywood. She formed a modeling and talent agency and moved with her husband to Montana. They lived a very lovely life up there, and very talented girl. She's not musical though, and she doesn't play an instrument.
Dora. Okay.
Dora and Smitty.
And then now this is, I can see you and your dad and mom, and who's the guy on the right?
That was my second husband, William S. Lund, and he is the one that was married to Sharon Disney, and he has he has twins by Sharon, and Brad had Down syndrome, and Michelle's now, I'm really close to Michele. He's passed away a couple of years ago, but we divorced before that.
What was his name?
William Sterling Lund, Lund. And then his children, he had Victoria, whom he adopted. She was Sharon's by Brown, who passed away. Then they had twins together, and they were about maybe 8 when Bill and I met. And I know they were born in 1970. The twins are now older. Down syndrome child is still living, and Brad, and then Michelle's living in Newport Beach, California.
And this is you and your sister.
Yes, that's me and my sister. We're
Oh, that's cute.
probably 5 and 7. That's Wally in his
Oh, this
later
is-
years.
Wally, okay, and that's your brother
Yeah.
or your uncle.
That's
Uncle.
Dad's youngest brother, my uncle.
And is this Wally too? This must be Wally.
I think that's Wally. Yeah, that's Wally. He came to live with us. Everybody came to live with us in Stockton during the war. There was a big base there, and he came to live with us for a while.
Wow, that's really a young picture.
Yeah, he was young. How was your dad, Tyler, when he joined?
17.
18.
He was
Mhm.
17 when he joined, but
17.
Yeah, and I think they all were about that age. I think Wally had that interesting situation that I told you about where he learned the Indian coding and did a lot of coding.
Oh, he
Or-
did.
Yeah, he did a lot of coding during the war and helped them out in that way. And then went to work for the telephone company and stayed there and did a lot of whatever he did for them and became an executive. Your dad was very talented and he became an executive in hospital administration. My dad so admired those two, and he was so sad that he was rejected because of a bad back. So he didn't get to go in the military, and he just worshiped the ground they walked on.
That's
His
Bory in the
was
bottom there, right?
Yeah.
But he
This
had his
is
talents
Dad's high
elsewhere.
school. Dad's high school picture. They were all handsome boys.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Very handsome.
Uh-huh.
And this is actually Maloney's
And-
here.
This is, yeah, that's actually the home in Maloney's. And Dad said, I asked him, how come, who slept in what bedrooms? Because there were times you had so many people in a small house like that. And he said, well, in the summertime, sometimes they pitch a tent and the boys would sleep outside. They have a garage. And he said they just never thought of it as a problem. They had what Dad described as a very rich life because of Pop and his interest in music and politics and everything. He was smart.
That's what Dad would say.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Although they got in a lot of trouble.
Janece, when you
Yeah.
say Pop, are you referring to Adolph Weisbecker?
yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
Yeah,
Pop and Mom
that's what Dad called him. He called Dora
always.
Dora. He
Yeah.
didn't call her Mom. He
Yeah.
called her Dora. His
No.
Mom and Pops were Karen and Adolph.
Mhm.
Yeah, because Dora was in and out of the household. Sometimes she was gone down to Stockton, and I think Bimmy was too. And the stability, the home, the mom and pop, that was the grandparents.
Yeah.
Right.
The interesting thing I found, being a psychological type, the interesting thing I found is that Adolph was so sweet and sensitive, and he was so good to Karen during her years of being in the wheelchair. And then dynamically, my side of the family have picked weak or sick women to marry.
Hmm.
And they're very good to them. So
Hmm.
they got that, I think, from Pop's strength.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mhm. Mom was sick her whole life from 20 years old until the Alzheimer's years. And he was so good to her. On their anniversary, one of their anniversaries, he took her dancing at the top of the Holiday Inn and took her to dinner. And he said, "Do you know what day it is?" And she said, "No." And he says, "It's our anniversary." And she said, "Oh." She had no idea. But he took her everywhere. She was like a little play doll. He put her lipstick on, not well, but he put her lipstick on and bathe her every day, and then take her. He was a social creature, so he took her everywhere, showed her off.
That's so sweet. I always remember him being so good to her.
Mhm.
He was a sweet and sensitive man, and all of them drank. Uncle Wally, Dad, Nibsy, they all had their demons with drink at one point in time in their life. Dad quit at about 50 something.
Hey, I just wanted to clear something up because I was always under the impression that it was Adolph in the wheelchair, but it's not. It's the other way around.
This
Oh
Karen.
no,
Karen had
Karen, she was
arthritis.
up and down. Mm-hmm.
Say that again.
Rheumatoid arthritis, which my sister had as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have pictures. If we can get, I'll show you some. I have a picture of her. So, Janece, you said you'd spent some time at this house when you were a little girl.
Yes. My memories are vague. I must have been between 3 and 5, maybe. But because Mother was in the hospital for 9 months in Stockton in her early 20s, Vivian went to live with Adolph and Mom and Bimmy. Bimmy was back there for some reason. And Vivian was her first year of school, so she must have been about 5. And then I went to live with Mom's relative, her sister, and I was preschool, so I must have been about 4. And when I would go over there to visit, I would get in trouble for fooling with his pipes. He smoked, he had Prince Albert, and then he had a whole collection of pipes, different configurations, and that was his thing. And he would sit there in this one chair that we inherited after he passed away, which Daddy loved because it was from him. He would sit there and he would listen to this big Zenith radio, and I remember he'd listen to war things, and they would be mad at him because he thought that the Nazis were doing the right thing. So he was not rooting for the right team. They would get very aggravated, and Karen would get aggravated with him. So
Was this
and then
Pops?
Yeah.
Was this Pops?
Yeah. Then when she got really bad, they didn't have pain medications in those days, so she used the whiskey for her pain when she got really bad, and then he would take her to the hot springs.
My dad said he used to have to give her shots of morphine when he was young, like 12 and 13. He would give her shots.
Really?
Whatever. Yeah.
Hmm.
I said, weren't you too young to do that?
And this is this is Bimmy. This is Vivian.
This is Bimmy. Vivian, Bimmy.
Yep.
And I remember Dora and Bimmy saying they would give her shots of some kind.
Huh. So this must have been in the early, like 20 or so. She looks like the Roaring 20s haircut there.
It looks like it.
So this is Grandma Dora's sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Janice's
your-
mom.
Janice's
grandma.
mom, right?
No, grandma.
Your
Oh,
grandmother.
Grandma.
Yeah. Again, not to say anything bad about Grandma Dora, but I think Vivian got the looks, not Grandma.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I
Oh.
always thought Dora was the prettier one.
Oh, no, I'll show you a picture that we saw. I'll show you, and then this is more kind of how I remember him.
Yeah.
His retirement, yeah, and he was still a handsome man when he died.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He
So,
got sweeter over the years.
let me just show you. These aren't really in any kind of order. And where I could, I tried to scan the back of the photo too. So,
Mhm.
so this is, this says, what's this say? Helen, Beverly,
Yeah.
And
and
GYP.
Gip. He's referring to himself. I'm not sure. There's Dad on the left, I think. That's
Yeah.
Helen.
Uh-huh.
This must be Doris May and Bev.
Mhm.
Doris May
How
and Dad look so much alike.
Did
was
someone cut
trying
the
to-
picture out there? Looks like they cut out maybe
Dora.
Dora.
Oh, Janece, I wanted to ask you, this says this is in Alhambra, California in 1926, and my dad's in the front. So there's my dad.
That's Dad.
Oh,
But
he'd
is
be
anybody, do you
three.
recognize anybody? Is Maury in this? Like, who's this guy with the sailor outfit?
That's not the right time frame, Tom, because Dad would only be 3 years old. And if that's Dad in the front, he's
Oh,
not
Dad
three.
would be
No, he would be
6.
6. He was born in 20.
He was
Oh,
born
you're
in
right.
1920.
I don't know why I was thinking 23.
Mom was 23.
So I don't recognize any of these other people.
I
Maybe it's a
don't
school photo.
either. And
Okay.
that doesn't look like Dad.
Okay. And then Helen, Beverly. Okay. I think some of these I was going to show to Michele, but here's Grandma Dora. It's not exactly the prettiest girl on the block.
That she gained some weight there. When she was thin, she had a real.
That's
picture
Dad with the
face.
cleft lip.
That was Dad. Yeah. And then, oh, now this says Beverly, Helen. Oh, that's over here. This is in Malones around 1931, it says. But that doesn't make sense because Dad was 11, I think, when he went to Malones. I mean, this Dad would be 11. I don't think he's 11. He's younger than
Look
that.
at those hats.
They might have been visiting, but it's interesting that they
This
would be
can't be
visiting
31.
people.
Dad doesn't look 11 in this photo, if that's him.
No.
And I know that this is Helen. The tall girl is Helen. And I think this is probably
Uh-huh.
Beverly and Doris May. And
Yeah,
then,
that looks like Beverly, Doris May.
and then one of these is going to be your dad, probably. And the other one
Tyler.
would, or I don't know who the other two, maybe it's Nibsy and Wally.
Birthday party.
Yeah, one of these photos has, here's your grandmother, Vivian.
Yeah, that one I recognize. I even recognize that dress.
Okay, this says Dora, Bimmy. Oh wait, Buddy taken in front, Bimmy sister. Okay, who is this?
That's
So Dora's on the
That's-
left, and that's Buddy, right?
Buddy.
Her brother,
Yeah, that's Buddy.
and Vivian,
Yes.
and Dad,
that's
Pops.
Vivian.
a
And
cute
Pop.
picture.
Mm-hmm.
Who's Buddy?
Grandma
Philip.
Dora's brother.
Oh, that's her. Okay,
Yeah.
so that was the two girls and two sisters and a brother with their dad.
Yeah. And
Right.
you know, Sherry and I learned something about Buddy that I never had heard or knew, that he was gay.
Yeah. He turned gay. He married a woman, and Dad kept in touch with her for years. I forget her name, but he married a woman, and then she divorced him. He performed in clubs like my father did and like my son did in Ventura and around that area. very good pianist, but he worked for the telephone company. And I'm guessing that Uncle Wally had something to do with it, getting him that job. But that's Philip. And he ended up with Ray, who is a couple, and they lived up on Poli. And that was before he passed away. And I'm not quite sure what took him.
And then this is Buddy again and Vivian.
Buddy, Bimmy.
I think this is Karen right here and Grandma Dora. Is that
I think that's Karen. That's Grandma, and that's Dora, and that's Pop.
But she looks so young here, Karen does.
I know, she looks so
She
young.
does look young at times. Yeah.
So that's a good picture of the whole family.
Yeah, that's a very good.
Yeah.
picture.
And where are we?
This looks like Malone's, doesn't it, with the hill?
Not sure. I never seen that structure.
Looks like he's got a pipe in his hand.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
gotta
he
be
always had a
Maloney's.
pipe.
They're older, so it's not
He's
glow.
always.
She's in a wheelchair here.
Yeah, here's Dad. This is
There's
So-
the trombone.
Dad's on the right, Maury's on the left. And then is that Doris May?
Yes, that's Doris May, the tomboy.
And then who's this one here? Let's see. Wonder if it says. I think it says. Where did I see the Malone's? Maury, Tyler, Doris May, and Wally.
That's Wally, huh?
I love that picture.
Very
Her.
cute.
Oh, and here we go. Here, this is the hat photo again. This says Helen, Beverly, Tyler, Doris May, and Nibsy.
Okay, and that. Okay, let's see the background. I can figure out if this is in Maloney's.
That's got to be Maloney's.
Yeah, that's in Maloney's somewhere.
So,
Okay,
so Dad's in the front, right? Tyler's in the front.
and how old do you think he is there?
Well, he's not 11. That other photo said 31, and that he's got to be 5 or 6, I'd say.
Five,
Here.
I'd say, yeah.
And then so Doris May, and then well, Doris May looks like she's about 3 or 4. So she's
Right.
I'm feeding back somewhere.
And this is Beverly?
Helen.
Oh, now this says
Helen.
1926 on it. I don't know if that's right. August 2nd, 1926.
Makes
So
more
he'd be
sense.
6.
So that other photo that Dad said was 31
It was
was probably
26
20.
probably.
26.
Probably
Yeah.
26.
All right. So
What
then
year is that car?
the which one?
The car you just passed up?
Oh, down here.
What year is that car?
Oh, right here. This says 22. Okay, let me get back down here.
I go back to the wheelchair.
Yeah, oh yeah, here she is in the wheelchair.
Yeah,
Not-
and that he looks older there.
Out
Yeah.
of focus. But
She was in a wheelchair as long as I know her. I never saw her stand up.
and then this says Beverly, Tyler, Shirley, Doris. So there's Doris, May,
Yes.
Beverly, Dad, and Shirley.
Beverly, Shirley. That might be Kirksey, huh? Who's this?
Well, that's Dad.
Dad.
Oh, that's your dad. Oh, yeah, of course it is. And then who's,
It's the brothers and sisters, Doris May,
Doris
Dad,
May.
Beverly, and Shirley.
Shirley.
Now that's Dora and Bev and
Beverly
Grandpa.
and Pop, yeah.
Or yeah, not Grandpa, but Pops, yeah. I think this is Dad's high school graduation photo.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
serious.
Oh, actually says 1937, so it wouldn't have been senior year, but
Yeah, it would.
But
oh yeah, I guess the senior year fall, yeah. Oh, this might be Karen here standing up. Is
Yeah.
that- She looks a lot
Oh,
older.
yeah.
Well, that's a
I'm not
far cry from
sure.
that other picture that you thought was
Yeah, it
her. She
is.
looked younger than the kids.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Then I don't know who the other woman was if it's the same time.
Yeah.
Would have
I can't
been
believe how much he
Helen.
looks like Dad.
He does, doesn't he?
Mhm.
And then Beverly, and this is
Bev,
Shirley.
Shirley. Those are Shirley.
Shirley.
Here's another picture. This might be a better picture. Oh, that might be the same picture. I don't know. No, that's a different.
Doris May, Buddy, Pop.
No, it's Dora, Vivian.
No, Dora, Vivi, Buddy, Pop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this says Tyler and Wally. I don't know if that's right. He's
With
got
a question mark.
Yeah, that's Tyler and Wally. Oh, question mark?
Well, he put a question
Not a
mark.
question. Oh, maybe the question mark is 1937.
Yeah, that could be.
Oh, there's a question mark after Wally too.
And then this is Doris, May, and Ray here in this photo.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, definitely Doris May and Ray.
They were a cute couple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, darling couple.
And then I don't know what this is. Shirley. Oh, and then I put these in for Cindy, for you guys. This is Dad and
Christy.
Christy. Christy,
Cute little kid.
Pat McCormick, Dora. 54. So I mean, she lived in that house forever. This is on Poli Street, I think.
It looks like it.
Yeah.
They had a house on Channel Drive too.
They did.
And my dad lived there. She and Mike McCormick did. My dad lived there for a little while when he first came to Ventura to go to work for Ventura Tool. Yeah.
It's Shelley.
And
It's
the boys
Shirley.
were about that age. Yeah.
So cute.
Mm-hmm.
What Mike had cancer, right? He died of cancer.
Who
No.
did?
Mike
Mike?
McCormick.
No.
His son
Mike
did.
McCormick. No. His son died of cancer at about the same age as Mike died at a Dodger game of a heart attack.
Oh yeah, I knew.
During the game.
I knew Dad. The dad did, but I met son Mike. He died.
Oh,
of
son Mike.
died of cancer.
Saw him, visited with him. He lived in mid-California somewhere, and we met him. He had,
Will you X out of that stupid box that's on the bottom of your screen?
Which one?
That one. Turn on
That one.
notifications.
This thing?
Yeah.
There's
All
an
right,
X
hold
on the
on.
right
Sorry, I
side.
got to move my. Sorry. Oh, my Zoom controls keep getting in the way. There we go. Okay, I got to
Change
move.
the X out of it.
I got to move some of this stuff out of the way. Maybe I can minimize this thing. Okay, there we go. All right. Is that better? And then here's Dad, Dora, Buddy, Bimmy. This is another picture of. Oh no. Are y'all still there?